the prosecutor's office handed over the investigation of President Yoon Suk-yeol concerning the December 3 insurrection to the Corruption Investigation Office for high-ranking official CIO, resolving much of the confusion overlapping investigative jurisdiction. Initially, the prosecutor's office set up a special investigation unit for the investigation, but the Police National Office of Investigations Special Investigation Unit and the CIO also got involved in the insurrection investigation, which led to multiple agencies conducting it simultaneously. We are familiar with the police and the prosecutor's office, but what does the CIO do? What is the CIO? The CIO is an acronym for Corruption Investigation Office for high-ranking officials. It is a state agency that investigates the criminal behavior of high-ranking public officials. Initially, the police and the prosecutor's office were the only agencies investigating crimes in South Korea. The police conducted the basic investigation, and the prosecutor's office directed the police investigation and indicted the case, which led to a court trial. Here, filing a request to hold a criminal trial is called filing an indictment, and only the prosecutor had the power to do so, prosecution power. In addition, the prosecutor's office was virtually the only agency conducting all investigations into serious crimes involving political figures or high-ranking public officials. However, since the 1990s, there has been constant criticism that offenses committed by prosecutors or high-ranking public officials are not properly investigated. As criticized, in a system where only prosecutors can investigate serious crimes, it was difficult to investigate and punish crimes that prosecutors themselves committed or those related to prosecutors. To compensate for these limitations, the National Assembly tried to create a national agency with separate investigative and prosecutorial powers to keep prosecutors in check. In the end, it passed the CIO Act, which provided that the police and prosecutors would continue investigating and prosecuting regular crimes. But the separate CIO would investigate and prosecute certain serious crimes, and those involving high-ranking public officials. Characteristics of the CIO. The CIO functions as the de facto organization to hold the prosecutor's office in check. While it has only investigative powers in principle, it can also prosecute judges, prosecutors, and high-ranking police officials. Maintaining the CIO's independence is critical, since it is characterized by the power to investigate crimes committed by high-ranking officials. Therefore, the CIO was established as an independent agency that doesn't belong to any of the three branches of government, the legislative, executive, or judicial branches, like the National Human Rights Commission, which is under neither the prosecutor's office nor the president. The CIO's investigative subjects are current high-ranking officials and their families, former high-ranking officials within 3 years of leaving office and their families, and the president's relatives. As the CIO was created to investigate high-ranking officials, the police and the prosecutor's office referred the investigation of President Yoon's insurrection charge to the CIO.